Yes, let's go. You guys are waiting for Alf. Alf is here. We have just finished this game. Bam Adebayo blocking Jayson Tatum's bitch ass at the rim. We did it. We saw it. We know what the fuck just happened. Yes, Alf is drunk, bro. First of all, they gave me 5 extra minutes to get drunk. What do you think was gonna fucking happen? Let's motherfucking go, bro. I screamed, let's go. Yo, I screamed Bam Adebayo so loud that I honestly
So did I.
I probably faulted my lease right now. Like they have every excuse to call the police and kick me out of my motherfucking apartment right now because when Bam Adebayo went up against Jayson Tatum and threw his shit back to the half court line, I lost my shit. Okay, listen. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to y'all to talk about the game because y'all know how I do. I'm just out here being super emotional, being crazy. I haven't analyzed shit. I haven't looked at a box score. I think Tyler Herro might have got a motherfucking triple-double like as a rookie. I think he was close. I don't know what just happened. But what I do motherfucking know is that they beat the refs. They beat the Celtics.
They beat everybody.
They beat a Marcus Smart volume shooting efficiency game, which honestly,
dumb.
Bro, give me more of that Marcus Smart volume shooting game all series, please do. All right, please give me that shit. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all go a little bit because I'm going off already. I've had my drinks. I done paced around my house. I'm losing my shit. My animals, my dogs are afraid of me because I'm screaming. And before I let y'all go, I want to give a shout out to our new sponsor for the Miami Heat. 5 on the floor is yours. Post-game show, Simple Health Advisors. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all more about them later. But Simple Health Advisors, go to simplehealthadvisors.com. They will help you with health insurance, life insurance. You lost your job because of COVID and you was a waiter and now they don't want to pay your health insurance no more. Simple Health Advisors got you. Loyal listeners to all of the 5 Reasons programs, by the way, they've been in business for over 15 years. I'm not going to read all this stuff right now, so you can take it off. I'll read it later, but because right now we lit. But I do want to make a special shout out to Simple Health Advisors. They sponsored this program. We get big numbers on this program. I think it's more because of Kylie and Tiffany and David and Adam and Drunk Alf. But anyway, let's just say thank you for Simple Health Advisors. Check them out if you need health insurance and you're wondering what to do. David, I'm going to go to you first because you're the first person I saw when I opened my eyes because I'm a little bit drunk. What happened tonight? There's a lot of things that happened tonight, but what did you see happen tonight?
Listen, I think we're all going to need health advisors after this one because,
I need health insurance. My heart's fucked up.
Listen, what the Heat were able to do tonight, to respond to every run that Boston had, to respond to every momentum swing, it was, it's to their credit, right? We talked earlier about how they were playing with house money, right? They shouldn't have been in the Eastern Conference Finals, or nobody expected them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? But they're here, they're competing, and they won. They played obviously a game Boston team, right? Who got Marcus Smart's best performance, right? Brad Wanamaker was out here making play after play after play. And with every momentum swing, with every Boston run, Miami had an answer. And we saw it from the 20-year-old Tyler Herro. We saw it from Jimmy Buckets, with his fourth quarter 3, and then his drive and finish in overtime. And then obviously we saw it with Bam. The experience that this team is gaining right now, you guys have talked about it before. This is the floor for this group. And if this is the floor, look out, league. Because
Tiffany, I'm going to go to you next. Because the Heat took a knockout punch from a knockout puncher, okay? And they came back and they won the game. Like they took several knockout punches, right? And they just kept coming back. And the referee for the knockout puncher was on his side. We slipped on the canvas, and they called it an 8 count. You know what I mean? They was fucking us up all night long. What did you see from the Heat tonight that carries over to the next game and the next game after that?
It's the same thing I've been saying about what I thought this matchup would be. I didn't take into account the refs, obviously.
No,
But
you can't.
I didn't take that into account. But, I always had faith in our ability to switch, our abilities to just guard anyone and everyone at any time. Like I always had, and honestly, they kept Kemba in check. How much more could you ask for? They literally kept him in check. He made a few big shots, but overall, he got locked up by Bam how many times?
Yeah.
So it's the ability to keep him in front of you. Make him play with the ball. Keep him in front of you. Force him to have to take that hard shot or force him to pass. That's literally what you got to do to him. Keep him in front of you. Adam,
tonight we saw the switching defense. We saw the zone. We saw Spo switch it up a lot. Like I honestly, and I say this all the time, which probably means I'm lying because I say I hate blaming the refs, but I say it every time we come on the postgame show. So it's honestly a lie. I do like blaming the refs. Without the refs' interference, the Heat win this in regulation, and they win it. I'm not saying going away, but they probably win it by 6, 7, 8 points, right? We're talking about the Spo versus Brad Stevens thing. We're talking about the Heat switching up the zone to the switching. The guys that quote unquote the Celtics can target were doing a good job. Adam, what did you see defensively from the Heat tonight?
So defensively, I saw a few things. I didn't think that Miami had the horses to run with the Jayson Tatums, the Jaylen Browns. But Jay Crowder was so impressive moving his feet. The fact that Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, every time they drove in the lane, Jay Crowder didn't give him an inch. Now, you can't say the same for Tyler Herro Goran, but they played well when they were switched on to bigger guys. They didn't allow them to back them down into the paint. All of the shots that the Celtics made off of Goran and Tyler, they were all jump shots. I don't remember one time where the Celtics were able to back down a bad defender into the paint and score an easy layup. Do you?
No. Even Duncan against Tice was a revelation at times, right?
Right.
Duncan was holding Tice down in the paint. And so I'm going to go to Kylie next. Kylie, we saw that we saw some things from the Celtics tonight. We saw them hit a lot of tough shots. Like I was screaming all night long, give me volume shooter Marcus Smart. Please. I'm begging for that, right? When you compare that to the Heat's measured offense, what did you see tonight, Kylie, that kind of like going forward in the series, how do you feel about the series, after 1-0 Miami Heat?
I felt like the Heat took all of the mistakes that they've made in the past and they learned from them. And they made some mistakes tonight. Like, don't get me wrong. The first quarter was trash, the third quarter trash, but their second and their fourth, which arguably are most important, especially the fourth quarter. They came out so strong. They recovered from their mistakes. And we talk about the clutch moves by Bam Adebayo, and we'll talk about Tyler Herro hitting a clutch three, and we'll talk about Jimmy Butler and how he was just hit those free throws, and he was just doing everything that he was asked to do and doing the things that we asked him to do when we signed him. But Goran Dragic is who I want to talk about, because that man came up with 29 points to lead.
Talk about him.
He can do anything and everything that is asked of him. He does more than is asked of him. He goes above and beyond. He doesn't do it for anyone but the team. He cares about this team. He's not looking for stats. What a man. I think that Bam is obviously going to get the credit for this win, but it doesn't come without Goran Dragic.
Goran Dragic, 29 points, right? 7 rebounds, 4 assists, right? A plus 13 in a game that you win by 3 points. Jack, I'm going to go to Jack Alfonso next from Miami Heat Beat, old friend of mine. The first time me and Jack were on a pod together, I made a joke that all white guys should have girlfriends because they all look the same, and that's kind of racist. But then I said all white girls are named Allie, and then Jack said my girlfriend's name is Allie. And ever since then, we've been really, really good friends because, I proved my point. But anyway, Jack, Jack's not even looking at the screen. Jack, do you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. There's a lag. I'm working on
Okay, all right, Jack. I want to know what you saw from Goran tonight, Tyler, Bam, all these different guys. What did you see tonight?
Everybody looked really fresh and good. I think there was the first quarter rustiness, but Herro is a big boy. That guy's not a 20-year-old.
Not at all.
Goran, you're right, Kylie, really centered the team early on, really got them going in that second quarter. And then, I know, Bam, that block, I was running circles around my house. I'm still kind of recovering from it. I'm sweating. My heart is palpitating.
Not
but all the guys came up big when they needed to come up big.
Yeah, I kind of lost my shit on that Bam block. Honestly, I don't know if
my God, bro,
will ever forgive me. Alex, I'm gonna go to you next, and I'm gonna go to Alfredo Ortega from 3 yards per carry. Alex, my co-host from 5 on the Floor. What did you see tonight? Like, listen, there's a lot of things that happened tonight that if the Heat lost tonight, we could have made 1,000 excuses. But what I would like to say about this Heat team is like Jimmy Butler won't let us, right? And I think the whole team takes on that personality where there are no excuses for losing a game. They're not going to blame the refs. They're not going to blame Mark Davis, which I honestly, listen, I'm not making threats, and I'm not talking about bodily harm, but Mark Davis should never set foot south of Palm Beach County line ever again in his life, because we got goons down here, and I got people that I might send for him. But anyway, Alex, what did you think of the Heat tonight and of the main guys and how they played?
I mean, my God, did they really adjust? I'm so glad Spo adjusted some of those defensive coverages early on. I think that got him to that early start. I think we saw, like you've been talking about, the game plan was to kind of let their other guys beat you. And Tatum got hot, right? Like, there's no doubting it. We know he's their best player. They did a good job with him, and he still scores. I think he's become that guy. Like, he's taken a real leap this season. He's one of those guys where even if you have Crowder and Jay just dogging him all game, those guys are great defenders. They're smaller than him. He can still get a shot off over them. And I think there was a lot of times where he got mismatches, and I think they really adjusted that in the second half where they were not letting the switch happen. You saw it a lot down the stretch. Jimmy was not letting Goran switch on to Tatum.
I'm in the post game.
Who's yelling? Like Alfredo, you just yelling? I'm in the post game. Yes, we're all in the post game, motherfucker.
My dog's barking.
Okay, well you mute your shit before you just yell out. I'm in the post. Yeah, we're all in the post game.
I have a button on my mic for whatever reason didn't work, or maybe I pressed the wrong button.
I'm gonna go to you next now because you just loud as fuck. Just out here announcing you're in the. Maybe it's because I haven't called on you yet, and I think you did that shit on purpose.
He announced himself to get talking. Start talking.
What did you see tonight, Alfredo?
Well, I was ready to say, okay, they finally couldn't sleepwalk their way through a first quarter and overcome it, but they overcame it, and they overcame the third quarter. But I told my guys on the 3 yards per carry string that they needed to start extending their defense, picking up people at half court, and just go for broke in this fourth quarter. And you saw that the score started changing. And this just goes right back to that myth. Remember the myth that was going around for almost 2 years that Kemba Walker cooked Goran Dragic in that first-round series?
That was a lie.
It was a lie. Ethan posted the numbers. He shot 36% in that series. Goran had his moments. And you saw it today. He completely outplayed Kemba Walker, and he was on him for the most part.
Goran was better than Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker this entire postseason.
And that was a surprise. And I said in the pregame show, if you could get Daniel Tice into foul trouble, he's essential for their pick and roll offense with Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker. And as soon as he left the game, you saw it was just standing around trying to find a guy to go one-on-one. And Tatum just couldn't do it at the end. He had a lane. He had air. He tried to throw it down on Bam, and Bam rejected it.
Okay, so now that I've heard from everybody, I'm about to go off and do my own little thing because you guys know how I normally do on these post games. Before I go crazy, Simple Health Advisors, the new sponsor for the post game show. If you need any help with health insurance, life insurance, Medicare, all right, if you're on YouTube and you're on Medicare, I applaud you for your ability to use the internet. Good for you. You know what I mean? Like, my father doesn't know how to use the internet. He calls me all the time. Like, how do I get on my Wi-Fi? It's your Wi-Fi. What are you asking me for? But if you if you're looking for help with any of these things, and honestly, the biggest thing that I like about Simple Health Advisors is that if you lost your job due to COVID-19, and I know several people in our network alone that have lost their jobs because of COVID-19, they're waiters, they're waitresses, they're bartenders, they're hotel employees, and their job has just decided to say you don't have health insurance anymore. Oh, great. During a pandemic, Simple Health Advisors is going to help you out. Look up simplehealthadvisors.com. They got their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, phone number 877-216-2209. Okay. All right. Since I got the sponsors out the way, let me tell you what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about the fact that I hate Marcus Smart with the fire of 1,000 suns. Okay. First of all, Marcus Smart is way too ugly to be a professional athlete. Like, you should, like, there's things.
Flop almost won a game.
Huh?
His flop at the end of the game almost won the game for them.
And that's why I hate Marcus Smart. First of all, you're a professional athlete. Get your fucking skin fixed. All right? There's no reason to have acne and you're getting paid millions of dollars. That is mean. And yes,
funny Marcus Smart story. So I went to the University of Kansas. So
wait. First we gotta introduce you. You just came in here talking shit. Jacare? Don't come in here talking shit. This ain't light-skinned opinions. We got rules out this motherfucker. Jacare. All right, we'll go with Jacare Givens. Go ahead. Jacare, go ahead. Give me your Marcus Smart story. I'm about to go off on this bad skin, ugly motherfucker.
It's Jakari, but yeah, so
Jakari, I'm sorry.
So we playing him at Allen Fieldhouse. So Marcus Smart, like a freshman at Oklahoma State at the time, coming he beat KU. I think it was ranked like number 4 or 5 in the country at the time. Motherfucker, after the game, hit a backflip like off the thing. And was like, oh, this is my fucking house. So I was just like, damn, bro, I never seen him, but he always been a gamer like that. It's crazy how he step up in big games, and he always been a great defender. So Marcus Smart.
But that was Jakari. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. I'm like, I know Marcus Smart hits big threes, but it's like if I was watching the game and I was not a Heat fan, I want volume 3-point shooting from Jimmy Butler. I don't want clutch shooting from Jimmy Butler. I want volume 3-point. That's what I wanted to see from Marcus Smart all night because I know he really can't hang. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying before. His skincare routine is trash. Like, there needs to be people in his life to get his fucking shit together. Like, his pores are fucked up. Like, get your shit together, Marcus Smart. Jakari, you've never been on here with me before. I take personal shots at players because I'm not afraid to see them in person. Because if I see, I'll run away. Anyway, so I don't know what else to talk about this game. Like, it was.
Oh, can we talk about the block? Like, I know everybody was like, "Get that!" I personally screamed like, "Get that shit out of here!" Like, it was that's probably one of the best blocks I've seen in game outside of LeBron in Game 7 against the Warriors, obviously.
Tiffany.
Yes.
You's a ball fan. My man Tatum yoked that bitch back. Like, I'm about to funk it on these fools.
But here's where you'd rather have Bam than Whiteside. Because where would have Whiteside been in that play?
Why
do we have to put Whiteside into this?
He would have. I think Whiteside would have contested that shot though, because he was actually playing. He was playing hard in Miami.
Jakari, if Whiteside was in there, there would have been a bunch of open 3-point shooters out there. That's the problem.
Exactly.
He's just a lazy player, though. That's his only problem.
That's his only problem. That's his only problem. Pretty big problem.
Listen, everybody on this post game, when Whiteside first came to Miami and he was having them triple-double games, all of us was saying, "Oh, he the future at center."
I never said that. He was a king.
He was a King Olajuwon reincarnated.
I never said that.
No, Jack. Okay, Jack. I'm gonna give it to Jack. Jack, did you ever see Whiteside as the future of the Miami Heat?
he looked really good that first year. I don't know about future Miami Heat, but like definitely future at the center position. I think he could have made that block, but the problem is they would have been down 20, and also they would have lost.
Right, it wouldn't have mattered.
Maybe they would.
Why are we talking about Whiteside? I'm still confused.
Yeah, Adam.
Bam had 5 assists in like the first half. I mean, that's,
All right. Let's talk about James
5
Johnson.
assists in a season.
Alfredo, give me a
Well,
time.
Whiteside ain't been on the team in a year, so we can't.
Alfredo,
like,
what do you? Alfredo, what,
He's sitting at home looking at his fish. He has nothing to do with this.
Alfredo, there's a lot of storylines tonight. I'm not letting Jakari just take over this show. Jakari came out of nowhere. Jakari be on Miami Dolphins post-game shows, and all of a sudden now he wants to come in here and disrupt shit because they ain't got nothing to talk about. Alfredo, oh shit, I shouldn't even go to you. You ain't got nothing to talk about. Adam Bora. I'm looking at the box score tonight. I'm looking at plus 12 for Bam. I'm looking at plus 13 for Goran, 29 points. Like, what's the storyline of this game for you?
Well, I'll be honest. I came into this. I was getting ready. The Heat were down like 12 in the fourth quarter, whatever how much it was, and I started typing notes on why the Heat lost this game. And I'll just read out what I wrote. I wrote Kelly, Nunn, DJJ, all minus in the short minutes they played. Number 2. They could not contain the bench guys on the Celtics. Number 3.
Which should not be a fucking problem. Okay? Let's make that absolutely clear. There should be no problem with the bench Celtics guys. There's a guy named Wanamaker and a guy named Ogoogly J, and I don't even know how to spell or say his name. Okay? Let's make that clear. Go ahead. Keep going.
And no, just the third thing, that they made poor substitutions in the closing minutes of quarters. If you noticed, in the closing minutes of each quarter, except for the fourth, the Celtics would go on a run. And I think that's what really hurt the Heat in each quarter of the game. But that's all out the window. I don't know. I have nothing to say.
David, and I'm not going to let Jakari talk about this because I feel like he's going to go in the wrong direction. The worst plus-minus player on the Heat tonight was Kendrick Nunn at a minus 10.
No,
of course it was.
Yeah, he was bad tonight. I mean, he was 1 for 5. You know, you said the minus 10. Yeah, he couldn't provide anything offensively, which is what you would hope he would get because he was lost on the defensive end. I mean, he was getting worked in the pick and roll, and Boston was getting sort of easy actions by picking on him essentially, right? And so, you know, his 13 minutes were essentially useless, right? He hit the one shot and that was it. But he was largely a negative, right? But you know, one of the things that we worried about going into this series was, can the Heat's, you know, non-elite defenders hang with Boston, right? And they found a group that did, right? So the zone helped mitigate some of those issues, right? But when you have Tyler Herro out there with Bam, with Jimmy, with Jay Crowder, it actually helps him quite a bit as a defender. He has length to him. He can move a little bit. We saw Goran competing the entire time. So, you know, it was okay for them, right? But Nunn was just a negative overall. I mean, I don't know if he can run out there for 13 minutes in game 2. You know, so you wonder where Spo goes. But
Alex, does Nunn play in game 2? Like, he might, because we can't call it. But should he play in game 2?
If he does, play him less, please.
Less than 13 minutes?
Yes. Those 13 minutes were the longest 13 minutes ever, man. Like, I feel bad for him. He cannot be out there. I feel bad for him. Like, he wasn't out there too much on Kemba, but at the end of the day, when he was, he tried his best, right? But like, he ends up just like kind of overplaying. You saw that foul there on that Kemba jump shot, and I think he knows like the step back is coming, so he ends up overplaying. I just think it's a mismatch. Like, it's not fair to him. He needs to be on the floor with Wanamaker, and as long as he's not getting switched onto, you know, their bigger guys, I'm not really that worried about him. As long as, again, 10 minutes, give him 10 minutes. It's fine.
No, Kylie,
4 fouls.
Get him out of the game.
Kylie, should Nunn play next game?
I think they should play him in the first quarter, and then if he sucks, that's it. You're out. Bye. No more.
Tiffany, none. Next game.
None.
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 What should his minutes be?
None.
Jack. Kendrick
When
Nunn
they're up
next game.
30 in game 4, he can get some run. But until then, sit on the bench.
Okay, Alfredo. Solomon Hill or Nunn next game?
You know what? Solomon Hill would be an option over Kendrick Nunn at this point.
Absolutely.
But I would play. I would
He's a
still
bigger
play.
body.
I would play Kendrick Nunn in his 10-minute heat check moment, and that's it. And if he doesn't have it, which he likely won't, he doesn't get another minute past 10. And he's just there so Gordon doesn't have to play 45 minutes.
Jakari, Kendrick Nunn or Solomon Hill next game?
Neither. I think Miami shortens the rotation
to 8.
I think they just go with the 8 guys, and because Boston's only playing 7 guys,
they can't. They can't. You got to give Gordon a break. You can't just.
Yeah, but they can relieve Gordon off the ball. Like, it's the playoffs.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
So hold on. Let me ask you a question. So you rather put your team in jeopardy of losing instead of just playing your 8 guys who you know you can count on?
First of all, I'm not playing none, so I'm not putting them in jeopardy.
Okay. The only guy need to be that. So you can't run Gordon into the ground. This is only game 2 coming up. You can't run. They're playing every other day. You can't run 8 and think Gordon's gonna hold up when it's game 4. You want to lose the series. That's how you lose. I just don't. You can't.
I'd give DJ Jaden 20 minutes over giving Nunn.
I'd give Solomon Hill 10 of those minutes. He's a bigger body.
He is.
See, and those things you don't think about. Put a bigger body on Kemba. Make him work. Make him have to do the banging and the pounding.
But Kemba didn't have a good game anyway. He was struggling.
And you want him to keep not having a good game.
So, okay. So, I'm going to go to you, David. Going forward, what is the concern? Are we still concerned about Marcus Smart shooting, 60% from 3 and Marcus Smart having 20-point games? What's the concern going forward after tonight?
So the big concern for me is actually on the offensive end. The bigs, Bam specifically, needs to handle the ball better. On the elbow, there were way too many moments where Boston's activity, their length, they tip balls, they knock balls free, and then that allowed Boston to get out in transition, right? So Bam has to be stronger at the elbow. Kelly's got to be stronger handling the ball when they're doing those dribble handoffs. All of that stuff needs to be cleaner moving forward because, listen, if you force Boston to play in the half court, right, and if you can deploy your zone, it kind of mucks things up for them, number one, right? But then if you can, sort of isolate their pick and rolls and kind of get them out of their sort of normal rhythm, then if you force them to play in the half court, you've got an opportunity to have them just jack up terrible shots. The reality is they really only have 2 guys that consistently get their own shots, right? Kemba and Tatum. That's it. Jaylen Brown is not a shot creator. He's a shot finisher. He needs to have his shot made for him. Marcus Smart, same thing. And Tice is the pick and roll guy, and then those other guys.
David, Jaylen Brown has mitigated the series.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Those 2 quarter threes, just like, okay, go ahead, bro. Do that shit all day long. He's so mitigated this series. There's so many guys that can stop Jaylen Brown from doing what he does. He's almost like a non-factor. Jack, I'm gonna go to you next.
More than that, his off-ball defense is horrendous, and they really exploited that. Like, he was the key to that second quarter run. You just could not defend off-ball, and I think my concern going forward would be, offensive. I think if Jimmy doesn't make those clutch plays, all we're talking about right now is how Jimmy kind of did not come up big towards the end. I mean, they were in the bonus almost the entire fourth quarter, and he wasn't really attacking them. That's kind of his thing. And, I'm not going to criticize him now because he made 2 of the clutchest plays of the game. But, I mean, you want to see your guys scoring more consistently, especially Jimmy, who's kind of the key to everything they do.
Alfredo, Jimmy Butler not attacking Kemba Walker in the first quarter, second quarter, first half, and then turning it up in the second half. Is that something you want to see, or would you rather see him put them away early?
I like to see them not sleepwalk through a first quarter again, because we saw what the formula was tonight. They sleptwalk, and they actually needed heroics from a bunch of different guys to win the game. But my concern going forward is also on the offensive end. You got to take care of the ball, especially when it goes to the post.
Okay, it sounds like we lost Alfredo. Am I the only one? Okay, we lost Alfredo. Jakari, I'm gonna give you the floor because you take it when you want to take it.
I ain't even said a word. I'm just.
You've been chilling for a minute, Jakari. Me and you, we ain't getting along so far. You don't try to take over my show. This is my show.
This your show. I'm a football guy. I just know a little bit about basketball.
Yeah, I can tell you, a football guy, just super fucking aggressive. Goddamn, with a CTE and all that, just running over motherfuckers. Anyway, I'm fucking with you, man. Kari, I'm glad you're here, man. What do you see from tonight that can translate to 2 nights from now? Like, is this going to be a repeat of the same shit, or is this like, or is there are adjustments to be made?
Well, this is going to be a 7-game series, so I think we all need to buckle up for that, because I do expect Boston to come back and play better in game 2. I just think Miami just started off slow, but once their offense got rhythm, they started knocking down shots. The only thing that I do have a problem with is Miami kind of gets stagnant in the half court when they don't when they take Jimmy Butler off the floor. So I think they should run the offense more through Tyler Herro, to be honest, because he was playing his ass off at point guard tonight. So I think he should probably get more point guard minutes to move Goran off the ball, move Jimmy off the ball. So I just think this is going to be a 7-game series. So I do think we're going to see a whole bunch of this. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. I do disagree with the call that sent it to overtime, but Miami shouldn't have won this game tonight because they played terrible for – okay.
I'm all right. Jakari.
To me,
Jakari, they get you off my goddamn show because Celtics should be in the motherfucking game unless it's without the refs' help. So I'm gonna go to Adam. Adam got his hand up. Adam, please help me out with this shit.
He picked I have a question to win the series.
All right, that was a different conversation. That was like 3 hours ago. That was before a ban block. All right.
Yeah, why are you bringing up old shit, Jakari?
He's deflecting. All right, so I just want to know: the Celtics are up 6 with about 5 minutes left in the game, something like that. Why are they staying away from Tatum and doing Kemba ISOs? Do you guys notice that?
They were doing a lot of ball denial on Tatum.
Yeah.
The Heat started extending the defense early in the fourth quarter, and then once you start extending the defense, they start rotating the ball, and it just gets there, and then you need a guy to get a shot up. So who's gonna?
Okay, but you in the last play of the game, even they went to a Kemba ISO. Like you could draw up a play out of a timeout and get someone open. Like that's
Adam, I'm going to tell you something, and it's going to sound disrespectful to the dead, but Jayson Tatum ain't Kobe, and he swears to God he is, and he's not. Because I would love to go back to look at how many points this motherfucker scored on Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo tonight. Because every time he scored, I swear to God, it was on either Duncan Robinson or Tyler Herro. That dude did not score on a plus defender all night long. Did you see what Jay Crowder did to him at the half-court line? Like, literally, almost had him in a backcourt situation 2 or 3 times. That would never happen to Kobe Bryant. And listen, I like Jayson Tatum. He's a good player. But so there was a time in you guys are younger than me. There was a time in the early 2000s after Michael Jordan retired that there was a bunch of sorry motherfuckers who thought they were Jordan and made asses of themselves for years while the Lakers and Spurs won championships. the Stevie Francises, the Stephon Marburys, even the
Nick
Tracy
Van Exel.
McGrady's, the Nick Van Exels. Jayson Tatum is about to be one of these guys who thinks he's Kobe, but bro, you're not Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening with. And I know Jakarta's like, no. Yes, I'm telling you, Jayson Tatum has game. Okay,
I would slow down. He's 23. You know,
okay.
22,
I don't
22.
care what he is.
ESPN made sure to let us know that a bunch of times. We know Alfredo.
I've seen a lot. Yeah, he's 20. Yeah, listen, and I love Doris Burke tonight, but I swear to God, she had fucking Celtics panties on. I have no idea. She was so in the back.
No.
Sorry, Kylie. Celtics boxers.
I will say this to Adam's question. I think Kemba has better matchups late game than Jayson Tatum will have. Like, I think going Dragic, that's a better matchup for him because give or take, Kemba Walker can score on going Dragic. Just like when he hit the step back on Tyler Herro, he's gonna get that switch most of the time. But I don't think they would be switching as much with Jayson Tatum and with the ball in his hands. I don't think Miami's gonna fight over that and try to keep Butler Crowder on him.
Was that disrespectful what I said about Doris?
You're entitled to your opinion. I just think your opinion is wrong.
I think Celtics boxers. If I said Celtics boxers, I think it was when I said panties. I think that was when I went wrong.
Oh, you're right. That was
By the way,
the word panties. Okay.
Speaking of boxers, check out Manscaped.com. Use the code 5RSN. If you're
about their balls this time,
if you have a hairy bush underneath your boxers and you're a grown ass man, get your shit together because it's not 1972. Go to Manscaped.com and use the code 5RSN. That's the number 5RSN for 20% off of all your orders. And get your shit cleaned up because it's 2020 and nobody wants to see that shit. Tiffany. I'm going to Tiffany next.
You would come to me after that.
Yes, because black girls rule and Alpha's hammered. Someone said Alpha's hammered. Alpha is hammered. I'm actually going to go to you now because I know you can talk for a minute while I go get a drink. And after that, Alfredo's going to host for a second. So, Tiffany, tonight, what you saw, what do you see carrying over into the next game, the next 2 to 3 games? Does this change your mind on how many games the series goes?
No. I thought it would go 7. I picked the Heat in 7. I thought it would go 7, but doesn't change my mind. And I also just think that honestly, the confidence, they should take that with them because everything else is a wash. It goes game to game to game. Everything else is a wash. The confidence is what they need to take with them. And a lot of people on the internet, I don't think they really understand Jimmy Butler's game because everybody was complaining. He needs to take more shots. It's not his game.
No, that's not his.
I actually think he paced himself perfectly because he didn't look like he had his legs tonight. He looked tired from
they look sluggish.
Jump ball. He looked tired. I don't know.
He didn't
What
have
do you guys
the
think?
lift in his jumper.
I was
scrolling
down the timeline, and all I kept seeing was Jimmy needs to take more shots.
Right,
Jimmy needs to
right.
take shots. He needs to take over. He needs to take over. And I'm like, no, he's doing just fine. He's passing the ball well. He's attacking where he needs to attack. Granted, he didn't attack as much as we'd like. He didn't attack Kemba in the first half.
But
he came up when he needed to.
You gotta but you have to understand that those people see like, oh, you the best player, so that includes you taking 30 shots. No, it includes you getting your teammates involved. Let's set everybody up for the right pass. Like pacing yourself throughout the game because to your point, Tiffany, Jimmy was kind of sluggish in the beginning, but he picked it up and he got his legs when he needed it. So I agree with you on that.
That's the Heat's game. I mean, they had 5 guys with at least 10 shot attempts, right? And Duncan Robinson only took 7 shots. They have to spread the ball around. They have to get multiple guys as offensive outlets. They got to get relief points from guys. Jimmy Butler shouldn't be taking 20 shots a night. He shouldn't. That's not his game. I mean, they have to spread the ball around in order for that offense to be effective.
Right, and
were there, and that little moment, I think it was in the first or second quarter when Duncan missed his shot. Jimmy rebounded, gave the ball to Duncan, and he hit the next one. Like that was like such a teachable moment. That was like the moment that I feel like defined the Heat's relationship with Jimmy Butler.
Right.
Yeah, and I said before in the pregame show that they needed to get their own pick and roll game going and try to attack Daniel Tice early in the game, try to get him into some foul trouble because, as you see, when he leaves the game, it kind of short circuits some of their offense. So I would like to see that going forward because I didn't see much of it tonight.
And Jakar, I want to go back to what you said about the best player isn't the guy that takes 30 shots, it's the guy who helps his other teammates get into rhythm. Do you guys remember, like Jayson Tatum killed them all game, hitting shots, hitting step backs, but do you remember him getting other guys in rhythm, getting them going the way that Jimmy Butler does? No. So that's why you have to give Jimmy Butler, he's the best player.
That's what separates great players from superstar players. Because, for instance, you take a look at like the Kawhis of the world. Everybody say like, "Hey, you got to improve as a passer because we know you getting the ball with the 2 minutes left in the game. So we gonna prepare our defense for you to not get a shot off. You got to be able to trust your teammate and hit him in the corner for the 3 and take the best shot on the floor and not just be the hero when it counts."
So, Jayson Tatum is billionaire man's Carmelo Anthony.
Okay, stop. First of all,
Jason disrespectful now. Like
he's legit.
Yeah, he plays defense. He plays defense. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. He's a billionaire man.
Okay,
Carmelo Anthony,
not a poor man.
Carmelo Anthony is a poor man's Jayson Tatum.
Jack, I'm gonna ask. I'm that's a lot to think about right now, and I've been drinking too much. Jack, a question that we asked on the last 5 on the floor going into tonight's game, and I'm gonna ask Jack this: is who has the best 2 young players? And I think a lot of times, if you look at Boston, you say Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, easily Boston, right? But then you look at Miami and you say Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro. Who has the best 2 young players in this series? Because if you look at plus minus just tonight, it's I mean, you had Tyler Herro almost had a triple double. You had both of those guys almost have a triple double on the Heat, and you had Jaylen Brown as a -6. So
yeah, I mean, if you asked anybody before this game who was going to get exploited on defense more, Jaylen Brown or Tyler Herro, you'd say Tyler Herro every time. He has alligator arms. He's a little skinny white guy. Jaylen Brown is like physically an incredible defender, but off ball he got to exploit it all game. And Herro, despite his limitations, played, I thought, incredibly well on defense, as well as you could possibly hope for. And I mean, one of the clutchest players in the entire NBA, maybe the clutchest player in the entire NBA. I'm willing to say that right now. Tyler Herro is the clutchest player in the NBA.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah,
talk
and
your
Bam
shit,
can
Jack.
Bam can legitimately guard 1 through 5. We say that about like 30 players in the league. We say they can guard 1 through 5. When really,
do we say about
they
30?
can guard 2 through 4. Like
we say about 3 players in the league at 1 through 5, though.
Yeah.
I feel like you hear it thrown around a lot when it's not appropriate. But like, I don't know. Even peak LeBron, he could guard like 2 through 4, and then some 5, and then some 1. Whereas Bam, like, he can guard 1 through 5.
Legit.
Yeah. I'm not to disparage prime LeBron. Like, he could guard 1 through 5, but with some centers it was a little dicey.
So there was an NBA scout today that said that what's Tice's first name? Daniel
Tice.
I like to somebody called him Great Value Birdman to me, and I like that. That Great Value Birdman.
Just the tattoos.
And Bam Adebayo were a wash. And if you look at the numbers, Daniel Tice was a +12, and Bam Adebayo was a +12. Bam Adebayo was 18, 6, and 9, and Daniel Tice was 14, 4, and 3. No, I'm sorry, not 14. 4, 4, and 3. So I guess that is a wash. Is that how that works, Alex? Is that how a wash works?
Yeah,
is
that a wash, man? I mean, you, obviously nobody outplayed the other. It was just a even matchup.
Yeah, right. Listen, there's a lot of trash analysis going on around this
Fuck
series.
analysis, man. This game was just amazing. Like, I haven't even had time to process this. I was on these damn Zoom calls just now tweeting out quotes, and in the middle of it, I'm still like trying to like process everything going on right now. Did you guys see the end of that game, bro? What the hell, man?
Kylie, they say Daniel Tice and Bam Adebayo was a wash, and Jayson Tatum, who's supposedly the best player in the series, cocked back a dunk to win the game, and Bam Adebayo said, "Get your bitch ass bullshit out of my fucking face," and sent that shit back to the half court line. Was it a wash with Daniel Tice and Bam Adebayo? This is a legitimate question I'm asking you.
Well, obviously, okay, honestly, fuck the Celtics, fuck Jayson Tatum, fuck all of them. Honestly, I don't want to hear this bullshit, okay? We won this fucking game, fair and fucking square. Bam Adebayo, said not on my goddamn life. Okay? This was not going to be a fucking loss. Bam Adebayo would never allow that to happen, and I love him. Okay, I would like to enter the bubble for him. That's not more there. I just also, okay.
I guess you know what the tattoo's gonna be.
Don't even get me started. It's crazy. Although I still haven't decided where I should put it. Nobody say anything inappropriate, please. If anybody does have any recommendations that are appropriate, I would like to hear them.
Oh my God, your DMs.
No, don't do that.
Please close your DMs after that.
It's already happened, okay? It's already happened. It's fine. Everything is fine. We could do a show one day.
I just want to say, and honestly, Alex and Jack are gonna get mad at me for this. Miami Heat beat decided to start doing an Eastern Conference Finals post-game show, and before they did it, they had Dave DeFore. I don't know. He's the NBA analyst, and he said Celtics in 4. On the Miami Heat beat podcast.
Oh, what he said.
What did he say? Celtics in 5?
He said Celtics in 5. That he couldn't convince himself to say 4, but he said 5 at the end.
And I think he also said that Daniel Tice and Bam Adebayo was a wash. So listen, I'm not saying don't listen to Miami Heat beat anymore. That Alf, Alex, and Leif have all left. I'm just saying if you want real good analysis and a drunk Alf, this is the post-game show.
And Manscaped.
Alf, have you ranted against all the enemies, all the people who picked against the Heat yet? Have you done that part yet?
Honestly, there's not that many. There's not that many, and I don't like it.
We're the hot team, Alex.
You got one on the show who picked in the pregame. Oh, the Celtics winning in 6 games, which was Adam.
Look at Adam. Look at Adam looking around.
Oh, Adam, after the hype video.
Oh, Adam. Adam, explain yourself.
All right, I took the Heat to win this game.
No. Okay.
Right? Did I not say that? I said they were going to win this game, but lose the series. And I'm going to go hide now. Because I'm looking at all of the live stream comments, and they're all saying, fire Adam, get him off the show, get him out of here.
To be honest, though, this is an even series, though. So as long as Gordon Hayward, if Gordon Hayward comes back, then you can start talking about the Celtics possibly being better. But this is an even series without Gordon Hayward. So I see it going 7 games. I think Miami wins because Boston has a lot of mental lapses down the stretch sometimes.
And Gordon Hayward votes for Trump, so I don't trust him to win shit.
Oh, hey, by the way, what is going to happen with Gordon Hayward? Because he's going to come back at some point.
Game 3. I think game 3.
I actually think Gordon Hayward coming back would help the Heat because he's going to come back slow, and he's going to be thrown into the highest leverage moments of the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's a good point.
Can you imagine getting thrown into that?
Jack, Gordon Hayward coming back and refusing to wear a mask. What does that do for the Boston
he's going to
Celtics?
successfully get the entire NBA shut down. That's impressive.
That
might be the key to the Celtics.
There's like 20
give
players
everybody
left.
COVID.
So honestly,
they got that in their back pocket. As soon as the Heat's ready to close out, it's time for Gordon Hayward to protest.
So when
don't wear the mask.
When Gordon Hayward comes back and accuses Adam Silver of being a pedophile and funding immigrant caravans from Guatemala, what does that happen to the what happens to the Celtics at that point?
It's got to be a technical, I think. It's got to at least be a technical foul.
Yeah. Goran has to shoot a free throw.
Hey, Alf, before I sign off, because I'm about to go. Alf, I need you to come on our pregame show, Six Ring Canes. That way, I just want to have you on there because you are a great moderator. I will buy you whatever alcohol you want, whatever you want.
Bro, I already got it all here. Don't worry.
Whatever you want, I'll send it. But
I'll buy them both, baby.
Listen, all y'all are welcome to come on the show. I don't know if you guys talk football. I'll talk football, but you guys are welcome. I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. Go Canes this weekend. Go Dolphins. So thank you guys. You guys can follow me at King. Oh my God! You guys can follow me on Twitter at KingJock24.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy. For real, I'll be happy to come on, man. For real.
Anytime.
I'm a big Canes fan, but I don't follow the team very well. I don't know who's on the team. Like I try to watch the team. Honestly, I tried to watch the game the other day. I subscribed and canceled to more subscriptions in one day than I ever have in my entire life. Just trying to watch a fucking game. I was on Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, YouTube TV. I had 1,000 subscriptions in one day, and I ended up paying 92 cents for some reason. I don't know what happened.
So God just
if Ethan gives me my 92 cents back, I'll host Six Ring Kings.
All right, hey Ethan, let's set that up. But you guys can follow me on Twitter, KingJock24. I'll be there. So anything and more jock takes, of course. But I'm more of a football guy. I'm gonna leave the basketball to the experts over there. The 5 reason experts. So, and Kylie, you should get your tattoo like on your arm, like so you can flex like this, so you can be in there like this, like a real dead county guy. I
don't think they let us do that shit. I think I should just get Heaton Ford tattooed to my lip.
Put that right on the shoulder, Kylie, right there.
I'm gonna just flex on these motherfuckers.
Thank you guys, though, man.
All right, Jakari. I want to say Jack.
You can call me Jock though, cause that's my
nickname. All right, Jock. I don't know how much longer we're gonna go. I'm very excited about that. Tiffany out here just like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
I don't think Tiffany stopped laughing this entire time.
Yeah, she should be out on the floor. She's too good for this.
Bro, let me tell you.
She's on the professional platform.
Tiffany is on point. Tiffany got her shit together. Tiffany, I want more Tiffany analysis of this game. Tiffany, what did you see? I'm not even going to ask you a specific question about a specific player. I want overall, like after first quarter, because the first quarter was trash.
Right.
NYC Kane, you need a drink? Listen, I got a fucking full bar. Every time I go to Total Wine, and this my whole idea is this is what I did when I moved into this new apartment. Every time I go to Total Wine, I get my favorite vodka, and it's like $15. And yes, I know that's ghetto and ignorant as fuck to get a $15 vodka, but I get it. It's my favorite vodka, and then I buy another bottle of liquor. So at this point, my bar is stocked, and I also keep doing these things on Instagram. They're like 6 bottles of wine for $29.99, and I'm like, yes, motherfucker, sign me up. So I sign up, and they're like, boom, they ship me 6 bottles of wine. I'm like, cancel my subscription. I'm good at that canceling subscription shit. I put this shit on my calendar. Anyway,
hold up. Can we see that comment back up from Ben? Because it said something about Jayson Tatum's son, who had more screen time, I think, than like half the Heat team.
I saw some guy I think it was during the Bucks series, but he was like, "Look at all these babies. They're stupid and they don't pay attention to basketball. They're literally babies.
They're babies, bro. Terrible fans, though.
Oh my god!
I hope Bam made Tatum's son cry. No, I don't. I love children. What the fuck are you talking about? Tiffany, give me full game analysis, because this is going off the rails, and this is why Ethan
this is already
is like
gone.
Poor kid's gonna have nightmares. Man.
What, you trying to say this has already gone off the rails?
Yeah, it's all right. We've already We've already floated on. We're gone.
I think this has been solid analysis for 55 minutes. I feel like it's been really tough. Anyway, and if you like solid analysis, hit up simplehealthadvisors.com. Because if you need solid analysis of your health insurance, life insurance, or if you've lost your job because of COVID-19, hit up Simple Health Advisors. Like, legit. Like, there's a lot of people that be out here, no health insurance, getting a fucking bruise, breaking an ankle, and be out here icing it and rubbing tussin on it. Like, stop doing that
just
shit.
at me, Alf. Just at me.
Yeah, honestly, at Alex Toledo, Tropical Blanket. Like, you lost your health insurance and you're over 25 and your parents don't give a shit about you anymore. Go to simplehealthadvisors.com. Get some health insurance. Like, don't get a paper cut and have it turn into gangrene like you in the 1920s. Like, get out of here. Grow up and get some health insurance. Obamacare is not over yet. Trump hasn't ruined everything. Like, just get and dental. Y'all got some jacked up teeth. Your eyesight bad. You're out here driving. Your turn signal be on for 3 miles at a time. Like, or you don't turn your turn signal on at all. And I think it's because you don't have your eyesight right. But anyway, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That wasn't a really good setup. Tiffany, go ahead. I want you to talk about the game in total and what you saw from the game and what it means going forward.
Before Tiffany does, I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, Simps.
Bye, Kylie.
I think, like I said earlier, while you were getting a drink, I think the confidence that these players can take forward, one, by fighting through it, winning the game, because that's a big deal to me. Like, they were down and they looked raggedy at times, but they just kept fighting, kept plodding along. And Herro, this kid he's just unconscious. He doesn't care when, why, how. He's going to shoot it. And that is the best thing that could happen to this team. One guy who is just unconscious and doesn't care. But I want somebody to talk about Duncan Robinson, because go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about Herro just a little bit. The fact that dude, and honestly, we had this whole conversation on Light Skin Opinions the other day about that I think a lot of times we call Tyler Herro fearless because he's a little white guy amongst a bunch of black men, and like, it's probably really scary. Like, look at Jack. Jack, raise your hand. It's like if Jack just ran through a bunch of Crips and Bloods and tried to make a layup. Like, that's Tyler Herro, right? Like, Tyler Herro.
This is why you brought me on the show. This is why you brought me on.
I just feel be racially profiled.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, Tyler Herro tonight, and it wasn't just the shots. It was the passes. It was the fact that he was running the offense. Like, come on, the dude's 20 years old. He's a rookie. And I don't care if it's – and I just want to get off the white-black thing. I don't care if it was Ja Morant or if it was fucking Tyler Herro. That was so impressive. And, Jack, what did you – like, Tyler Herro in the fourth quarter, overtime, like, just chucking up shots, whether they went in or not being afraid of the moment. Like, what did you see?
I mean, on both ends, I thought he was really impressive. And the thing that really struck me is, personally, when he's bringing the ball up the court, like in the Eastern Conference Finals, in crunch time, like, I had complete faith in him. Like, there was no point where I was like, oh, when there was a moment where he hesitated and it looked like he was going to pull up from like 40. And I was like, he can take that shot. That's fine.
Right.
Like at the end of the game, I just have complete faith in him. It's clear that Spo does too, and that's not something that a 20-year-old is supposed to be able to do. Like, some of those passes are just completely unexpected. Nobody hated Tyler Herro more than me pre-draft. I lambasted the
alligator
pick. I was
arm.
pissed off. I ranted about it. if somebody wanted to do the
We're all
work
gonna
and
start
put-
Hawks beat.
Yeah,
He wanted
I
Sekou. He wanted a
wanted to fire
Sekou. Diumbabaya.
I wanted Sekou. I wanted PJ Washington. I don't know what I'm talking about.
PJ
But-
Washington ain't bad. That's not a bad.
He's a
PJ
good player.
Washington's good. But Tyler Herro looks like a star in the making with those passes, and he's getting some man-sized rebounds with those tiny arms. It's impressive.
Alfredo.
Yeah, everybody wanted Bradley Beal. Remember when that was a thing? We already have
Oh
him.
man,
Oh,
we're-
wait.
we're doing this show now.
Well,
Is this a show we're doing?
Now it's not the time. Now it's not the time.
That
You
was
know,
not the time.
I don't see the point anymore. I think we're in the business of getting another big to supplement this team. He's just, I don't worry about him no more. When I see him out there, I'm like, okay, we know we can count on him. We know we can count on Bam. We know we can count on Jimmy. We have 3 guys, and we know we can count on Goran. We have 4 guys that in the clutch, you're not really worried that they're going to do something that's going to hurt your team. In fact, you want him to get the ball. You want him to get shots up because good things just happen with that kid. And
That's
he's
true.
smart, and he makes smart plays. Whenever he has a physical limitation defending somebody, you can always see him make the smart play, swipe at it smartly. He even gets good fouls when he does foul.
So I have a question for everyone except for Alex because he answered this shit last night. And I'm giving you 10 seconds because we're about to get off there because I'm way too drunk to continue to do this. After a while, this is just going to devolve into me talking more shit about what's that black referee's name, Tiffany? That I don't like.
No, we're not even mentioning
Tony
his name.
Brothers. Tony Brothers.
No.
Not Tony Brothers. The one tonight.
Mark Davis. Mark Davis.
That black son of a bitch. Let me find this motherfucker on the street. Anyway, I'm gonna light his ass up. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask everybody but Alex and give me 10 seconds or less. And this, I think tonight changed. I think the last play of this game changes a lot of these answers. You're starting a team right now, 2020, and for the next 10 years, you picking Bam Adebayo or Jayson Tatum. I'm starting with David Fernandez.
oh man, that's a tough one. I mean, I don't know that there's a wrong answer there, so I'm gonna kind of hedge a little bit. But if you force me to pick one, I'd probably pick Tatum just because of the offensive upside. But again, Bam is incredible, and depending on how you deploy around him, he's just as good.
Jack, Bam or Tatum right now in today's NBA for the next 10 years?
I mean, when I look at what Jokic is doing for the Nuggets right now, I think Bam can be that guy going forward, and I got to pick Bam.
Or better, as a defender.
As a defender, yeah, exactly.
We lost Tiffany, so I can't ask her. Alfredo.
Yeah, at some point in the very near future, Jayson Tatum's going to be the best scorer in the NBA, but Bam could be the centerpiece of a championship team. There's plenty of guys that could fill up a box score. There's very few guys that could be the centerpiece of a championship team. Bam is
There's
that
no
guy.
other Bam. It's that simple. There's no other Bam in the league. There's no other guy like him. You guys are
No.
100%
Adam,
right.
Bam or Tatum?
I'm going to have to go with Tatum just because the last time a big man won the finals, it took a LeBron choke job.
Wow.
Bam is a
Tim Duncan won the
normal
finals
big,
in
though.
2014. Tiffany, Bam or
You're going to
Tatum?
call that Tim Duncan? Like,
Hey, Marcus Gasol won it last year.
That was prime Tim Duncan. We all know.
But I will also say I'm gonna wait till my answer to debunk the shit out of your answer, Adam. Tiffany, Bam or Tatum the next 10 years going forward?
I'm gonna take Bam because I gotta
We lost her again, but she said Bam, and that's what we really. So for me, my answer is Bam, and there's a few reasons. Bam is a prototypical center going forward in the next 10 years in the NBA, right? Like he is the prototypical guy that you want at the 5. He can guard the 5. Like give him a 7'6" Boban Marjanovic motherfucker, and he's gonna stop him. And he's also gonna stop Kemba Walker on the switch. Like that is the guy that I want defensively.
Oh, he was the biggest reason that they won tonight. I don't think there's
That
any
is,
doubt about it.
absolutely,
As well as Goran and Jimmy
absolutely.
played, I think he was.
I
the
used
biggest
to
reason.
spend Twitter threads, long Twitter threads, talking about how great Chris Bosh was as a pick and roll defender, Bam is just as good as Chris Bosh ever was as a
I
pick
think he's
and roll
even
defender.
better. I think he's even better, man.
You want to know what Bam
Could be.
is? You want to know what Bam is to me? Bam is a Tim Duncan with a less sophisticated offensive skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And that's
where
come a long way. He
coming.
used to shoot like a linebacker.
Yeah.
like he's so important to everything they do. He won't like there's times that Tim Duncan didn't win the finals MVP, but he still was the most important player on the Spurs. Like, don't tell me Manu Ginobili was ever more important than Tim Duncan or Tony Parker.
Gary Neal might have been.
Gary, but they didn't win that year. So I'm just saying, like, you tell me going forward, Bam or Tatum, and Tatum is a guy that gets the glory. He is the volume shooting inefficient guy. If he and honestly, I hate to disrespect the dead, but if he doesn't get off of that Kobe shit soon,
I was just about to say that. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
He needs to get off that Kobe shit.
He's doing himself no favors, by the way. Like,
No
I get
favors.
it. He's not the one hyping himself up with the Kobe thing. It's he's talked about how Kobe was his favorite player, whatever. That's cool, right? You could be inspired by Kobe. But now people are really trying to run with this. And I'm like, bro, he's not Kobe. The scouting, yes, he has a lot of cool jumpers, but the scouting report on him is to make him drive. Even if he can get points driving to the rim. Kobe, when he first came into the league, and I know you know this better than any of us here, Alf, was the drive to the rim guy first.
Yes.
Tatum doesn't have that like Kobe did, man. He's not Kobe.
He's what Knicks fans thought Carmelo Anthony was.
I'm so over Tatum. Like, I don't know if you can tell it in my voice. Like, the guy is damn good. He's really good. But the way that they're hyping him up on the TV is just like, God, like you would swear I was watching a feed where the camera was just solely on Tatum. Like, it was like, am I watching the right channel? Like, I don't know.
Watching him on a bike.
Yes.
Okay.
Watching him on a bike.
Okay.
Oh my God, bro. Like, why do I have to watch him train? Get the guy, put Bam on there. I want to see Bam riding the bike. God.
Yeah.
Last
Bam's kid?
question, because we're way over an hour already. 10 seconds each. I'm gonna go around the horn like I'm Tony Reali. Alex, I'm gonna start with you. 10 seconds. Like, shut the fuck up after 10 seconds. Because I'm counting and I'm gonna tell you shut the fuck up. Because I'm allowed to do that because we're on my show.
Let's go.
Tatum and Brown or Bam and Herro? 10 seconds,
Fuck,
Alex.
man.
Go.
Why do you got to give me this fucking question? I'm going Bam and Herro after that game. I wouldn't be able to pick the Celtics right now, man. Brown is no Herro, man. Tatum is no Bam.
All right, David, you did a good job. Alex, you did a good job. David, Bam and Herro or Tatum and Brown?
I'm taking Bam and Herro because I think Tyler is going to be and is very close to being better than Jaylen Brown already. I mean, Jaylen Brown, he needs somebody to help him to create his shots, and Herro creates his own.
Fantastic. You guys are doing amazing right now. Alfredo, same question.
I take Bam and Herro because we're on the ground floor of what Tyler Herro is, and I can't wait to see where it ends up. And like I said, it could end up past Bradley Beal.
You guys, honestly, I'm very impressed with your adherence to rules. Okay, and here comes Jack, and he's probably gonna blow it all up. Jack, the Heat's young guys or the Celtics young guys?
I'm gonna say Heat. One reason: passing. They make their teammates better. I'm done.
Oh,
beautiful.
You know what? Because Jaylen Brown does not do that at all.
No. Nope.
Adam Borai, clutch. First of all, before I only give you 10 seconds, the video that you made, the hype video that you made before the Eastern Conference Finals that we posted on 5 Reasons Sports, absolutely amazing. I want to give a lot of love to Adam because a lot of you guys are mad that he's picked the Celtics in 6 or 7 because he has no guts. The problem is you can make a really great hype video, guts isn't involved. Now, when you make a prediction, guts are involved, and Adam has no guts, but he can still make a really, really good hype video. And I actually really, really love Adam's perspective on things because he watches a lot of the NBA as a whole, and that's why every time I'm doing a post-game show, I'm like, Adam, come on. So, even though you have no guts, you got 10 seconds. The Celtics young 2 or the Heat's young 2?
I still have no guts. I'm going to take Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum because the league is run on wings.
Lean into it. I like it. I like that you didn't back away from it.
I love that.
Shout out to you for not letting Alf move you, right? You're like Marcus Smart. You're not letting the big guy just post you up and move you into under the rim like that.
He was trying to soften me up by giving me praise, and then he wanted to get me to switch.
You have balls, and speaking of balls, if your balls are super hairy and you need to clean them up, and your woman is like, "What the fuck?" Like you're not Wilt Chamberlain, and it's not 1978. Get your shit together. Go to manscaped.com and use a code 5 RSN for 20% off your order. And if for some reason there's a medical reason that your balls are super hairy, go to simplehealthadvisors.com and get some health insurance and go to the doctor and get your shit figured out. Really, there's no reason as a fan of 5 Reasons Sports that you shouldn't have everything figured out to get yourself together. So
I wrote copy for almost 10 years. I can't write better copy than what Alf reads on this show.
I am a corporate shill. I actually do believe what I will say is there are 3. I'm not going to say this, only 3. But the companies that I have promoted on this postgame show, Biscayne Bay Brewing, I've drank that beer. That beer is good, and it has helped me get to these postgame shows. Manscaped.com. I had an entire Manscaped kit before we were even sponsored by Manscaped because I had a woman who was like,
not too many details, please.
Yeah, it was like, get your shit together. And I
time to head out.
I had hairy shoulders like what's the center's name?
Andre Drummond.
Me and Andre Drummond had hairy shoulders, and Manscaped.com helped me out with that. And now Simple Health Advisors, I believe in that because a lot of people have lost their health insurance because they had service jobs, they had jobs in hotels and restaurants and things of that nature, and now they're trying to figure out how can I have health insurance, and SimpleHealthAdvisors.com will help them out. So I believe in the shit that I talk. So visit all of our sponsors. I love all you guys. Was I supposed to say anything else?
Nope, that's it.
You didn't give us 10 seconds on Ben.
I was going to say, who would I rather take? And everybody knows I'd rather take the Heat too because Tatum decided he was going to cock that shit back and try to funk it on Bam. And you know what happened? He lost his fucking game.
Oh, man, I'm so glad that we didn't get dunked on for the win. Holy shit. That would have been so embarrassing.
Bro, honestly,
that's one of the
I
best
would have not have done this post-game show.
Oh,
it would have been it would have been an empty chair and Adam Clutch.
I would have gone off the grid.
I told you.
No, Adam would have been like this, doing my wedding singer shit.
Adam was disappointed with the block, clearly.
Now I gotta go read Bill Simmons' timeline on my other accounts.
Yeah, fuck Bill Simmons. Fuck.
By the way, 5reasonsports.com. The Heat have not lost a single game where I've worn the Bubble Trouble t-shirt. I'm just saying.
Hey man, keep wearing that shit.
Yeah, and honestly, the one day,
huh?
It was in the laundry. The one game they lost.
No, I wore. Okay, so I'm gonna reveal the game to you guys right now. Every time I've worn a Heat related item, the Heat have won. But before the playoffs, if I ever wore a Heat related item, they would lose.
I mean, playoffs are a different game, baby. That's it.
So when the first game of the Heat.
So what you're telling me is you wanted them to lose the first game by wearing the shirt.
No. The first game of the playoffs, I forgot because I was doing the postgame show and I had my 5 Reasons 5 on the floor shirt on, and I was like, "Fuck!" But then they won, so I kept wearing. And so, like the one game they lost, I had a Miami shirt, but it was a Levi's jeans shirt, but it said Miami Levi's. But I was like, "It's a Miami shirt, so it's gonna work." We lost that game, so from now on, 5 Reasons shirts and 5 Reasons shirts only. And if it gets really bad, I'm gonna wear my fucking Michael Strahan New York Giants jersey. And if anybody has followed me from Old School Heat Twitter, the Strahan jersey is absolutely undefeated. That's a weird. I know it's a weird thing.
Very inside.
It's very inside Heat Twitter. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Adam, Tiffany, Kylie, Alex, David, Alfredo, Jack. Who else was on? I think that was everybody.
Kylie? Did you say Kylie?
I think I did. Manny for producing.
Jock.
Alejandro.
We will see you guys in 2 nights. I'm gonna let my liver rest tomorrow, and then we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back, and hopefully
Your liver's like Goron.
Oh, my liver. Yes, my liver at this point is a
Zoran.
No, my liver's a seasoned vet that needs like a
Playing
day
heavy
off.
minutes, though. It's playing heavy minutes. You gotta rest.
Yes.
By the way, if we really, really, really want to look ahead, go Denver Nuggets.
Oh man.
What does that
Oh,
mean?
Bam
I start
Jokic
previewing.
finals?
Oh man.
That's all
Oh.
I know.
I said it a couple series ago, and I still believe it. I got the Heat against everybody out west except the Clippers.
No, they're gonna say except the Nuggets. I mean,
Bro,
this team is so good.
Celtics,
the Miami Heat denying LeBron James
Oh,
a fourth
please.
championship.
A team that can't hit threes, can't defend them right now against us. Yeah, I like our chances.
Bro, I'm gonna get lost. My nipples just fucking poke through my shirt just thinking about it.
Yeah, just avoid the Clippers. Just avoid the Clippers, and we're golden. We're golden.
Alfredo, is the game on behind you? Because you're providing
Yes.
a really good stream for somebody that's watching this.
And if
Yeah,
your
because
nipples
it's
get
like
too
half of it
hard,
right there.
and if your nipples get too hard and they're painful, go to simplehealthadvisors.com.
Denver up one, by the way.
That
Up
definitely
one.
needs to get checked out. Those
Yeah,
Those
because
hard
I'm
nipples.
at that point right now.
What if they're
Thank
hairy
you,
too,
baby.
though?
Simplehealthadvisors.com, for real. You broke, unemployed motherfuckers that lost your job during COVID.
my
And
God.
you're out here with a toothache. Go to simplehealthadvisors.com and get the shit checked out. Come on. Get it together, people. All right. I got to leave because if I don't, I'm going to be oh, shit.
We're holding the trophy up tonight. Come on, man. Get that green apple whiskey on
This
deck. We're
fucking
holding the
cup is-
trophy up tonight.
I'm sitting here talking shit. This cup is fucking full. This is a terrible situation for everybody I
Babysitting.
love and involved with.
Babysitting
Not-
the cup. You hate to see
Ain't
it.
no babysitting. Jack, how many drugs are you on tonight?
I'm on 0. I'm high on life and I'm high on Bam.
All right, beautiful.
You don't need
All
anything
right.
else, man.
Love you, people.
Yeah.
Good night. See you guys in 2 days.
Later, y'all.
Go Denver.